Hey guys, and welcome to Chubby Bullfinch. So I actually wanted to start making videos 3 years ago when I went as an rotary exchange student to Japan, but I never really got down to it. So now when I got the opportunity to go back to Japan, I thought I'd start making vlogs about that, because I found out in the beginning of December that I received the Monbukagakusho specialized training called Schoarship, which means that I'll be going to Japan for the next 3 years. So when I was looking through the internet and I was searching for vloggers and bloggers who were talking about the Monbukagakusho scholarship and the application progress and what's it like if you get the scholarship, I didn't really find anything, so I thought I would make vlogs about that. And yeah, this is my first vlog, so I'm a little nervous. I'm sorry, it just feels kind of weird like sitting here talking to like a camera, but yeah, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the application progress. So it varies a little bit depending on what country you're from. So I'm from Sweden, so I emailed the Japanese embassy in Stockholm and asked them for the application papers, and then when I got them, I filled them out, and it's very basic. It's like where you're from, a little bit about yourself, your age. For the specialized training college, you can't be older than 21. So I was just on the line because I won't have turned 22 before I get there, but I will after like a month. So I'm very lucky. Yeah, and then you choose a field of studies. So there's everything from like computer science or computer programming or something to like art to cooking. Yeah, there's a lot to choose from. So I chose pastry making because I want to become a pastry chef in Japan. And you can choose 2 fields, but for me it was kind of like pastry making or something completely different. So I only chose the pastry making. And after that, you write about why you want to study that field and why you want to study it in Japan and not in your own country. And then you also write about your impression of Japan and if you've been there before and stuff like that. So after that, you send it back to your embassy and they go through all the applications, and then eventually, if you pass, you get called to do tests, and it's tests in English, math, and Japanese. And the Japanese is just so that they know like where your language level is at, but the English and the math, that's what like determines if you get to go or not. And the English is okay, but the math was like really difficult. And I studied or I majored in science during high school, so I studied quite a bit of math, but it was really difficult and very different from the Swedish math, or the math that we study in Swedish schools. And like we're used to using like calculators for everything, but now at on the test, like it was all like you had to do the math in your head. And in Sweden you can get points like if you do some of the like calculations correct, but here it was only like if you have the right answer, that's if you get a point, otherwise like no. So it was very difficult, and my brother studied a lot of math, so I went into Stockholm to get help from him, thank God. Yeah. So, and then if you pass the tests, you get called for like an interview, and the interview is like it's pretty formal. You have to be in like a suit, and there's one guy interviewing you, or for me it was one guy interviewing us, and well, he spoke Swedish, and he asked like why you want to go to Japan, and you had to be more specific and like motivate your answers. And then there was a Japanese lady who just asked you like basic questions in Japanese to check where you're at. Yeah, I was so nervous during this test, like my face, it was like a tomato because I got so embarrassed. Okay, oh yeah, we were 6 people from Sweden who got called to do the test, and then 4 of us moved on to do the interview. And then after the interview, the embassy, they wanted to recommend us all, and that's when we in Sweden do the health checkup. I know that in America and Canada, because 2 of my friends applied for a similar scholarship with the Monbukagakusho, that they had to do their health checkup before they applied, because they had to send it with their application. But in Sweden, since it costs a lot of money to do the checkup, and you have to do like a lung X-ray, they let you do the health checkup once they've decided that they want to recommend you, because they don't want you to pay like a lot of money and then not even have like a chance of going, or like be exposed to like X-ray if yeah, they don't want you to get exposed. So then they send in the embassy gathers like all the paper, and you also need like a recommendation letter from your principal. So I had to go back to my high school, which I graduated from like 2 years earlier, and get the principal to write a recommendation letter. And they gather all that, and then they send it to Japan, to the Japanese government. And then the government, they go through all the applicants, and then they choose the ones that they find like fit for the exchange. Yeah. So yeah, we were 3 people from Sweden who got accepted. So Sweden is very like well represented this year. So yeah, we're all happy. What else? Yeah, the application process, it takes quite a while. It takes like nearly a year, because you have to start applying in April, and then you get the answer if you get to go in like December. And right now I only know that I get to go and that I'm leaving in like the first week of April, but I still don't know the exact date and when. Wait, oh, that's the same thing. I don't know when. Okay, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know when, and I don't know where. So it might be like Hokkaido or Tokyo or Fukuoka. I still don't know. So I'm like checking my phone all the time to see if I got like an email from like the embassy, because yeah, I want to know everything. Yeah. So that's everything I know right now. If you guys have like any questions or yeah, anything that you want to ask, just like send me a comment or something. Yeah. Oh, if you have any questions about like rotary or anything like that, I can answer questions about that too. Yeah, okay, I think that's it. Sorry. Okay, well, I'll be happy if you guys like want to follow my journey and everything. Talk to you later. Bye.